Hello and good evening to the eModels Monday live show with me, not Ted, and them, also not Ted.
I'm live now.
Well, have we gone live then?
We're live now, yes. I do it all professionally and time it well, because, you know, we can do better than just Ted.
We just sat here quietly contemplating our neighbours. Hello, welcome to the show.
Okay then.
It's not like I don't give you countdowns of how long there is to go and stuff. It's the same as I do with Ted, and he always misses it.
We didn't get
I
the
thought I'd
fingers.
get it on time for once and see exactly how well it can be done, and you just ruined it.
We was just chatting rubbish, mate, and not paying attention to you, Chris. Sorry, mate.
If we don't get the fingers, then we.
I didn't notice what you're talking about because I was ignoring you. But
You
that's
zoned out.
precisely the point.
The circle of life.
So yes, it is indeed Monday evening, and we are Tedless. As you can see, there's which side is it? That side. I've put a big X through Ted because he's not here. So now I've got X's ready for all three of them. I haven't got one for myself because if I'm not here, I won't be able to put it up. So I haven't bothered. So, but yes, everyone else is here. Foxx and Colin and me.
Hello.
So we'll keep you entertained for a while. It might not be the full length show, or it might be longer than normal because Ted doesn't have to go to bed. We'll work it out and play it by ear as ever. So yes, that's it. I've done the introductory thing. So I'll click on Foxx now for the terms and conditions.
I'm not sure.
And there we go.
I'm not sure that introductionary is a real word.
It is a real word. I just used it.
That's not a real word, Sam. Yes, hello everyone. Welcome to Chaos. Yes, welcome. As we always say, this is your show. It's eModels Monday night. We depend on you guys in the live chat to give us stuff to talk about because it's all about interacting with you. It doesn't really matter what we talk about tonight. We're kind of irrelevant. We just wallpaper in the background. It's all about you guys hanging out and chat, having a good time. Now, if you're watching this and you can't see where the live chat is, it should be there, I think, on that side somewhere. You're over there somewhere on YouTube page. See all the chat going up like that. Come and join in if you're watching this. If you're not on the YouTube page, just click on the YouTube button that's at the bottom of the video player. It's down there somewhere. I never know which side. That down there somewhere. Click on that, and that will take to YouTube page where you can join in the live chat. If you're watching it embedded somewhere like in Facebook or in the eModels website, click on that YouTube icon and come and join us in the live chat. If you are in the live chat and you're joining in, as we always say, we're all really old. And we've all got terrible eyesight, and all the chat for us is like 35 feet away on tiny iPads. Or for Colin, it's on a screen that's that tall and 14 feet wide. He only gets a line at a time. He has to kind of. He's got one of them little dot matrix things where the text scrolls across, like in a call center. So yeah, so if you want to catch our attention in chat, please do ask us questions. We always treat these shows as ask me anything type things. No religion, no politics. Talk about whatever you want. But please put your questions, if you want us to see a comment, please put it in full fat capital letters, the whole comment in capital letters, or I was kind of hoping somebody would jump in for Ted's.
I was waiting for Ted to do it.
Bold. That was a real good. That was like bold. What?
I haven't got a bold button for Ted.
Like my head, bold.
That was really sulky or bold. Yeah, put your comments in big fat capital letters or bold. And if and to ask us a question, if you want to, you can do a super chat, which is the dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. That also puts your comment in a colour box. We have no way to miss it. Then we don't have to do it. You can just put in capitals if you want, or as Ted likes to call it,
Bold.
Bold.
Can't get this. Ted, come back.
Yeah.
Well, Ted is in the chat, and as he just said, not as Sotheby's an intro as I do, Chris. I think he might not be entirely sober.
Has he got a bit of a?
I don't even know what he was trying to say.
Not a Sotheby's an intro. I dare to think what his autocomplete is going to pop into chat actually if he's not paying attention.
Yeah, is he on that special bride's website again that he doesn't tell anyone about?
Yeah, that's all in Cyrillic though. So.
He typed bold in the chat anyway, so.
He did type bold in the chat. Yeah, my wife has said that apparently I'm in a blame other people mood tonight as things don't work properly. Yeah, our lights have been turning themselves on and off throughout the course of the evening apparently, and it's apparently my fault, although I didn't do it.
Alexa, turn all the lights off. Oh,
it won't work because I don't use the magic words.
This is the downside of us using headsets and headphones and things is that we can't set off Chris's Alexa by accident.
No, if the lights do go off here, then it's not my fault. But hopefully the computer will stay on, and I'll stay broadcasting for you.
We did do it to Ted one night though when he had his iPhone out, and we kept saying "Hey Siri" and asking it things, and it's like, His phone kept doing stuff because we were shouting at it.
Brian Windmill is in chat there saying Skipper Scale Models has no internet for people asking. Yes, we should say that. That's why Ted's not here.
Yeah.
His home internet's died, so
Yeah.
he can't be in video, but he still is in chat a little bit until he uses up all his data.
Yeah. He's denying that he pressed any buttons.
Yes, he seems to have a decent excuse that the recent hot weather, and then he's had no broadband since then, so it seems to be an issue with his local infrastructure. There you go. So yes, he's got a valid excuse. Don't forget, as always, though, folks, like I say, it is your show, so do ask us stuff in chat. Keep in mind, obviously, there are moderators in chat. Dad at Scaly Models is in there, and of course, we are in there as well, but not during the show. And I can't see if any other mods are in there. The mods are lovely and fluffy, and they'll keep you safe and sound. But don't cross them, because they'll chop you into little pieces and launch you into the heart of the sun. So don't cross the mods. And keep it civil in the chat room. It's a family-friendly show. Please don't mention other retailers or traders in the chat, though, because this is an eModel stream. It's specific to a retailer, so please keep it eModel specific.
Very
That's it then, we're done.
Yes, right. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't go yet. Colin's got a thing, hasn't he?
Yes. So let's crack on, shall we?
I'll click on Colin.
Oh, what are we doing?
What are you going to do first?
Are we doing the factoid already, are we?
Yeah.
We can do the factoid or the def. You've got a choice.
I'll start. I've got a couple this week of the old factoids.
Oh, I didn't see a doctor about that.
I shall put up the Festus factoid title then.
Yeah, we
get it for
couple
sitting funny.
factoid.
Oh, before you do that, Michael Jackman just said, I just got a new iPhone 11, and someone just said, hey Siri.
Hey Siri, hey Siri, what's the meaning of life?
Hey Siri, from now on, call me Big Daddy. I've got a story. I was going to say my friend, my ex-friend who I used to work with. I got his phone and I said, "Hey Siri, from now on, call me Papa Bear." And he said, "Okay, I'll call you Papa Bear from now on." And he could not figure out how to change it back. So for years, every time he used Siri, it'd be like, "Okay, Papa Bear, here's what I'm going to do for you." He didn't know you could just ask Siri to not do that anymore. Michael Jackson was like, "Stop it, stop it."
Right, sorry about that. There you go, Colin. Off you go. You're back, back with your
this
title as
day
well.
In 1989, the US space probe Voyager 2 ended the final planetary even flyby of its mission, leaving
English words, isn't it?
behind after taking photographs showing 3 complete rings and 6 previously unknown moons. It had also collected data showing that Neptune's atmosphere was stormy and had a notable magnetic field orientated at an angle to its axis of rotation.
Is that Voyager 1 or Voyager 2?
Voyager 2, mate.
2. If I remember rightly, Voyager 2 is the only man-made object to have actually fully left the solar system.
Yes.
It could be Voyager 1, I'm not sure. I think it's Voyager 2.
Yeah, it's
Left
pretty,
the helium
pretty
core.
impressive, isn't it, really?
Yeah,
Left
Voyager
the
1, I believe, is still in the solar system because you can visit it in Elite Dangerous.
Yeah. And, your second factoid, I'd think, or fault even, that it was appropriate because it's on this very day in 1968, the French H-bomb exploded. Yeah.
H. Is that with an H?
Yeah, an H-bomb.
With an H.
But there is an H, yeah.
An hydrogen bomb exploded over the South Pacific testing ground. I was just about to say specifically.
I was about to say, did you just say specific?
I did, as I put my teeth in, and become the world's 5th thermonuclear power. The Canopus test used a 3-ton device suspended at an altitude of 600 metres from a balloon over Fang. I've seen him again. He's putting me on. Fangatatufa Atoll. There you go. 41 kilometres southeast of Marua.
What type of bomb was it again?
A what? It was
What
an
type of bomb?
hydrogen bomb with an H.
H. I just thought you were just going to say it's a bomb.
Yeah, it was a French bomb.
Do you know what I love is that you can take a description of the world's most deadliest weapon and you can make it sound like a builder describing a
Yeah, it's like, oh, kicking the tyres. Oh, yeah. It's a
hydrogen bomb with a thing there and a 45 megaton. Yeah, we need the light for that, mate.
I got a couple of deaths as well, folks. So let's just do a bit of the old scrolly pop.
Serious now.
Yeah, we're being serious. Got a couple for you tonight. First bloke was a geezer called Paul Gottlieb Nipkow.
Cameron.
Uh,
I'm not
who
even sure what the
died-
letters in that were.
who died in 1940 at the ripe old age of 80, and he was a German engineer who discovered television's scanning principle, in which the light intensities of small portions of an image are successively even analysed and transmitted. Yeah, there you go. And we've also got this geezer, Jan Ernest Matzeliger, who died at the age of 36, and he was a Dutch Guyanan American even.
Dutch Guyanan African American. That's a hell of a heritage.
Yeah,
He was a French, German, Spanish, Italian.
he was a Dutch
Polish.
Guyanan and American inventor who is best known for his shoe lasting machine that revolutionised the shoe industry by replacing the handwork of attaching the sole of an upper of a shoe. He left his homeland of Dutch Guyana and South America at the age of 19. Unfortunately, dropped dead at the age of 36. Only young.
Yeah.
Blimey, I don't know what he died of. Doesn't say there. But
Everybody died.
oh, there you go.
Died
The
of
clue
death.
was in the phrase "he died of tuberculosis."
What gave it away?
What gave it away, eh? So yeah, good old Jan Ernst Matzelgiger. Yeah, that.
Is it,
Yeah, him.
that first guy that you read, just read his name out again. The first one.
First one. Hold up. Let's scroll up. Where's he gone? Oh no, that was her.
The first death of the week.
Oh, that was that one. Paul Gottlieb Nipkow.
Okay, because I was trying to figure out what letters were in Kayao. When you first read it, I'm not even sure what letters are
The
in
trouble
that.
is, I've got my screen set up where it's just underneath your chin, see, and you're right next to my webcam. So when I'm reading it out, I can see you like Chad peering over the top, and you're like, and it just
Don't do that. I'll get told off when you do that.
It
So
just
if I sit here and go, "Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee,"
Yeah.
just to distract you.
yeah, it's like because you're mean to me. They bully me. They really do. Mum,
Hello.
Fox is picking on me. So yeah,
Who's on a 70-inch telly?
Yeah, I get told off when you do things like
I've
that,
got
and
to do
I
that.
just
I've
got
got to
told off
play
as
that
well because
back on
Gemma's
my
phone's got
3D
Siri on it as well.
so there you go, folks. Deaths of the week.
Death of the
Ian
week.
Thompson says he almost missed Death of the Week, but he made it in time, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, order me a cab.
Call you a taxi, did you say?
Yeah, he's sitting there going, really? Michael even.
Hey Siri, what's my nearest Indian restaurant?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey Siri, ring Dave. He's got someone on his list called Dave. He's like, no.
Hey Siri, call mum. Hey, even hang on, even better. Hey Siri, call mother-in-law.
Oh. Oh, yeah, Siri on his phone's going bonkers, of course, yeah.
Yep, stop it for God's sake. Siri is going bonkers. It's Chris's fault for Fox's actions, says Eric Graham.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know why. I get in trouble for everything.
Graham M saying temperature is finally dropping. Might get back to the model room soon. Mate, it's blinging in here. It's
I can hear shouting going into Chris's ear.
Michael Jackerman's going, damn it, Fox, pack it in.
Mayhem says, bloody hell, big fox head in the big telly.
What can we order off Amazon for Michael then?
Lingerie. Hey Siri, open Little Miss Attitude website.
Yeah. Hey Siri, go to Ann Summers.
Let's stop being cruel anyway.
Oh dear, poor Michael.
And Dad, and whoever else it was.
But Mark Scope says to me, my missus is getting all flustered and says you need a tidy up, Chrome. I don't know what. Is it just because it's messy?
I think because it looks like everything's just fallen over in your in the
It's
the
just a bit
background.
messy, but it means it's been lived in and worked on.
I'm not
It
actually
was
sure.
worked on at one point a long time ago.
I've got to be honest, I'm not actually sure where the workspace actually is in that
Yeah,
pile.
it's work in progress.
It isn't. That used to be a quick tour. That used to be my workspace, but then I got the one that's behind me, and the one that you can't see down here. So I've got two actual benches in work and not that one. So
I would really struggle because
It
my
became the
OCD's looking at me going, oh yeah.
See, I look at Chris's background there and I feel brilliant about my disorganized mess because mine's not as bad as that.
One time I'll tidy it up, and then you'll be all shocked.
This one time,
I was thinking of relocating the man cave to the spare room upstairs because, real estate up there is a lot bigger, and I just know I'd end up filling it with even more stash. So
I'm not seeing the downside.
yeah, but
Although the important thing is, though, would you be further away from the kitchen?
exactly, kitchen's just there, mate. Which for me is, the fridge is the first thing in the kitchen.
I was about to say, from memory, when that door has very rarely been open, the first thing I see is a fridge where there might be, well, I was going to say beer, but you don't drink, but...
Yeah, just there.
Every time you open that door, you want light to come through.
Yeah, it normally makes Dave do that little whoo noise because the lounge door's right next to it. Of course, the wife will come out and he's like, someone's just walked past you. And I'm going, nah, you're imagining it, mate.
No, Dave's going, it was a lady, it's a lady.
Yeah, no, he's like Kevin and Perry. It's, hello, Mrs. W, how are you? It's like, oh, you creep.
Oh, yeah. What's the after?
Yeah.
Yeah, now don't forget, folks, of course, we haven't asked the question yet. So, of course, the most important question of the whole night, we'll talk nonsense all night. The most important thing you can do is tell us bench and belly. Yeah, what's on your bench, what you're working on right now, model-wise, and what's in your belly. What are you having for your dinner, or what have you had for your dinner? Now, while we're waiting for you to put your beautiful answers in chat, I shall ask the guys here. Cole, what have you been working on? I went all Colin then, sorry. What have you been working on, my friend?
I have been building my bolt tank.
Ball.
So there's a new episode of that going up Wednesday on the eModels channel, folks. So have a look out for that.
Can I point out, it's just reminded me of Nien Nunb from Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Anybody know? It's got like two little eyes, like happy smiley eyes, and then the big ears sticking out.
So it's at that stage now. There's a little dude inside there. So yeah, it's diorama's going to get started, and then I should put this on the dio and then weather the two and blend them in. I've got
Awesome.
some soldier figures that are 3D printed to go on there as well.
And that should. And you just finished. You've just uploaded an episode, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I've just uploaded an episode to you this afternoon, so that'll be going out Wednesday lunchtime sometime. I would have thought.
Yeah, I'll trigger it for Wednesday lunchtime. So yes, stay tuned for Colin's next episode of the Ball Tank.
Yeah, part 6. Yeah, best of those decals.
There's a creature flying past my iPad.
And it took a long time to edit it. So the reason being is decals on compound curves. Fudge sticks and broom handles may have ensued, so I had to edit all of them out.
Oh yeah, and that was a lot of editing.
Yeah.
So what he did eventually was he just took out all the audio and just said, there you go, there's no audio.
Absolutely. I cheated and did a voiceover in it.
It's just an hour-long beep.
Because now you see him and he's like, oh, look, it didn't quite grip. Let's deal with that in a specific way.
And if you find you get a slight little wrinkle like I've got in your decal, don't despair, folks.
Could you have said slight little wrinkle in any more way of a campness?
Oh, mate,
I don't think so.
A slight little wrinkle.
I feel like you're wearing a safari suit with really flared trousers.
When the show's ended, I sit here in a smoking jacket with a cigarette holder going, hello, how are you?
Me, the third Earl of Wimborne, in the girls' dormitory with my reputation.
Welcome to my library.
Yes, what have you been up to, Chris?
I've been tidying my bench. That's much tidier than it was. No, I haven't been doing anything this week.
Wait, so this is the actual aftermath. This is the after picture.
No, I've been doing very little. I've got very little mojo at the moment for doing anything, so it'll come back, but you can't force it. So,
no, you do have an eModels build though on the cards, don't you?
I've got one. I've got the first motor wagon thing.
That's right. Is it the Mercedes, Chris? Isn't it?
It's
that's a German name you can pronounce, Cole.
Oh no,
it's a ICM kit of the Benz motor wagon.
Yeah, that's the one.
Something. I will get back to it. I will. Honest, I will. I keep looking at it and thinking I should build that, and then I don't. But at one point I will, and then there'll be a video.
You're not going to be able to fit it on the bench anyway at the moment, are you, mate?
Well, I can fit it on this bench.
That's why you do 144, isn't it?
I was just about to say that's why he likes 144 scale, because he can fit them on top of a matchbox, doesn't he?
Yeah, but no.
Do you do any cutting mats this big?
enough about us. What have you been doing this week, Fox?
Well, before I do, I was just going to say, just on the note of you saying you had no mojo, we do take a lot of time to tell people quite often on the show because people ask the question. If you're working away and you lose your mojo, it's not that you're being lazy. It's just that we always advocate if you suddenly mojo, I'll say that again, if your mojo suddenly goes, stop, walk away, and go and do something else.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than forcing yourself to sit at the bench and do work on something when you're just not in the mood for it. So, we're not going to push Chris to get it done ASAP. We're just going to say, Chris, do it when you're back up for it. Because we always say it to you guys, if you ever lose your mojo at the bench, because this just shows you that we get this as well. You lose your mojo, just go off and do something else, work on a different kit.
Oh, it goes without warning, mate, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You're all enthusiastic one day when you're building, and then you're like, I'm not feeling it. And it's the worst thing you can do is try to force yourself through that barrier.
Now, a secondary question then for the chat. Now, obviously, we just asked you what you bench and belly, but in a minute we'll come back to it. But here's another thing then. We've all got our own ways of dealing with lack of mojo. Some of you will go off and just work on a different kit. Some of you might do what I do, which is just put the tools down and go and play on the Xbox for a bit, or the game player PlayStation 4 or your PC. I'll just go and play video games for a day or two, and that'll flush my system. Some people go off and do something else. They go, what do you do when you lose your mojo? What is your go-to thing? Because you've got to have your hobby and then the other thing that you go and do to stop thinking about it. Because what you need to do is basically when you get stuck doing something, just go away and don't think about it, and the itch will return. So people in chat, what do you do when your mojo buggers off out the window? What do you go and do? Do you go and draw and paint or cook or eat or cry or drink to abuse, or what do you do? Do you I don't know. Let's leave it at that. But yes, put in chat what you do when you lose your mojo. As for what I've been doing, a video will be going up tomorrow at midday on the eModels channel, the next episode of the Millennium and Falcon, because I have now applied the base colour.
Cool.
That's the bottom end. I can see it through a hole in the middle. Hello. That's the butt. And we have the top end, which is harder for me to show you because the bit will fall off. But you've got the upper hull there as well. You can see that bit comes off. So that episode's going up tomorrow. I have applied the base coat. That's primer, pre-shading, and then the custom mix of the off-white, which is supposed to be similar to Floker or Grime. I think Grime, or it might be Reefer White, which is the white colour for the Falcon. So I'll be showing you how to do that in the video tomorrow. This week, though, because that base colour is now done, the next step is decals, and I have a bajillion decals. So I'm hoping that tomorrow night, 9 p.m. tomorrow night, I will be doing a 2 or 3 hour live stream just on the eModels channel here, just while I do some decals. It keeps me company while I'm doing the decals. So if you're not doing anything tomorrow night, come by and have a watch of that. It'll be on this channel, this back channel, at 9 p.m. I'll try and set it up for tomorrow. It might not happen, but hopefully it will. So I'll be doing a live stream. But yeah, I want the decals now, so it's coming along. Right, have we got any bench and belly?
We have several bench and bellies in there, yeah.
We have many bellies and occasional bench.
This is the way it should be. I shall try and find it.
Where did it start?
Doing copious amounts of scrollage.
Modelmaking Mayhem is saying, thank goodness, I'll rephrase that, thank goodness I have an Android phone. Yes.
I did notice that, yeah.
Grant at 5760. Bench is Challenger 2 tracks and belly was Spag Bowl.
Yes. Now, we always say when you discuss your food, we need all the filthy details, but when you just put spag bol, we don't need more than that. Because that's one of those rare dishes that you can just say spag bol. Ted?
Next up, we have Spiddy Q8 with dirty fries from the Colin.
Ooh, dirty. Oh, yeah.
What makes it a dirty fry?
Over around here, it's dirty fries is cheese and gravy. Oh, that's filth. Right. It's maximum filth. Skipper Scale Models, or Ted, our lovely, lovely Tedwood, who is a mod as well, don't forget, so he will launch you into the sun if you cross him, after chopping up into little pieces and feeding them to the alligators. He says, fish and chip supper with chip sarnie, bench, Titanic.
Chip butty.
Now, was that chip? I was going to say, is it Chippy Bank, but that's like 20 miles away from Ted, so that's not going to happen. I bet it's not as good as the Chippy Bank, though, is it, Ted? Model Maker Mayhem says, Sarge, tank and chips with gravy.
Ooh, nice.
I don't know why you're applying it to... Sergeant Bone says, what if tank and steak and chips? Oh, okay. So Sergeant Bone is doing a what if tank, like I assume it's a made-up tank. I get steak and chips.
Paul Line says, Belly, KFC Wicked Variety Bucket.
That's wicked.
What's a Wicked Variety? I don't know the Wicked Variety, but that sounds quite pleasant though. Bench, nothing at the moment, waiting on new kits and a new airbrush, because mine died of death at the weekend. I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh.
Gaz Vickers, bench, Indian takeaway.
Yes, that's not enough information.
Belly Indian takeaway, bench, nothing, as he's been crippled in bed. Get well soon, mate.
Yeah, the Indian takeaway will fix that, but you do need to tell us what the Indian takeaway is. We can't just say it's a curry. We need to know. We need all the filthy details. But yeah, take care of yourself, buddy. Take it easy. B3 says, Belly was barbecue chicken wraps. Bench is old Nerf gun spaceship. He's got, you know, Steve, he likes to make things out of everything. He's got a Nerf gun that to me looks like a UNSC capital ship from Halo.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's the Pillar of Autumn, basically.
Speed says his spiced fries with Monterey Jack and cheddar and jalapenos.
What's Monterey Jack? Is that a cheese or an alcohol?
It's a cheese as well, yes.
Okay.
Papa Smurf, bench, Bolton Paul Defiant, Belly, spicy chicken pizza.
Wait, what's a Bolton Paul Defiant?
No idea, mate.
To me, Defiant is that, but Star Trek version. To me, Defiant is the Star Trek ship. Tell us what a Bolton Paul Defiant is. I need to know this. Stewpot says, belly full of crispy beef and chili sauce. Bench not built yet. Haha.
Wayne Hayward, belly, chicken pie, chips and peas.
Chicken pie, chips and peas.
Bench, he's got a Bandai Boba Fett.
Oh yeah.
Boba Fett.
I think when you read food out, Colin, if it's takeaway food, I think you need to read it in the most Cockney accent you can do, the most London accent you can muster. Because it sounds much better when you're like chicken pie and chips.
Yeah, belly. Yeah, your chicken pie, chips and peas.
It just makes me want to eat whatever it is.
Dave at Butcher That Model says, bench, scratch building, a ruin for D&D. Belly, soup, a big soup, beef broth, but he declined the crusty roll and the croutons, but he did manage the wafer thin mint. Dave's got teeth missing. He had an accident and broke his nose and his teeth fell out.
Yes,
so, enjoy your soup, Dave.
Not that we like to ridicule you, but he fell off he's a middle-aged man and he fell off his scooter into a steel bollard. Into a steel bollard face first. And I shouldn't laugh, it's probably really painful. So you do have our sympathies, Dave, because with me just having 2 teeth out, I know what it's like to suddenly have a big gap.
Yeah,
Salt wash twice a day.
Honest, he says, cuddling his ribs.
Yeah, don't ask Colin for medical advice, he'll give you all the wrong advice.
Yeah, just get pliers out, mate, take the rest out.
Yeah, Colin's medical advice always gets him in trouble with his missus. So.
Yeah, I got caught with the pliers on the tooth, didn't I? It's like, yeah.
I mean, when I went to have my teeth out and the dentist took the teeth out, I thought to myself, if I had a way of having no pain, I'd be happy to do it myself, because you just went wiggle, wiggle, wiggle tooth.
Yeah.
And it's like, and she'd use like one of them little things. She got the tool she used. It looked like the kind of thing you get when you're eating escargot. If you've ever eaten snails, you get these kind of gynecological cutlery that you're supposed to scoop round the shell. It looked like one of them. It's like good, and I was like, I could have done that if I had if I had a way to numb the pain. I could do it.
Allegedly, and I'm being really careful here because the front door's just gone. Allegedly, you can get them on the website of the shopping kind. You know.
Yes, but the thing you can't get is to get rid of all the pain.
But you know.
No, yeah, you can yank it out, but you'll be in agony. That's what I'm saying.
Still... Get someone to chin you one, or just drink heavily.
Remember, kids, don't take your own teeth out.
Yeah, don't.
We're joking.
Like that,
Go and see your local dentist. They're lovely people.
I'm petrified, mate. I know.
My dentist is lovely, but she talks really loud, and it's quite scary. She's like, "Hello, how are you doing today?" I'm like, "Oh, hello."
Mine just looks up at me and goes, "How can someone your size be scared of the dentist?" I went, "Because it hurts." I'm a big girl when it comes to. I just don't like people pulling me teeth about.
Yeah. When she took this top tooth out, it wasn't painful because obviously I got the injection. It wasn't painful, but I could hear it. And
can we stop talking about it now, please?
It was.
I might accidentally mute you.
Okay. Yes, we'll move on. We'll probably. A few people's toes might be curling.
Tim Young says, Belly, we didn't have our roast yesterday, so we had big pork loin with pepper crust tonight. Bench is loads of 144 scale planes, Tornado GR1, 2 Aeronavale Corsairs, and an Uruguayan duo.
Oh.
All the worst was better. Colin, can you please just say in your best voice, A big pork loin.
My big pork loin.
There you go. It just sounds so.
It's big and it's porky.
You could describe a salad, and I'd want the salad.
Yeah, it's salad, isn't it? Tommy's, bit of lettuce. Yeah.
Even you make a salad sound like a steak. It's great.
Oh yeah. All the
Ted,
greens.
Ted, come back, please, Ted.
Yeah.
Ted.
Model
You-
making mayhem.
I can't cope with them.
He's saying belly, nothing.
Nothing.
As I've not had the hungries. Bench, nothing. Yeah, I have no excuse. Brilliant.
Ian Thompson says, Belly Nout, good northern lad. It's clearly a northerner. Nout, not got round to it. Bench, renewed interest in painting a KV-128 Storm Surge. That's a Warhammer thing. Building the ankle was a real pain. Those Storm Surges look mint. If you like your Gunpla and you're thinking about Warhammer, look at some of the Tau battle suits. They're not really Gunpla, but they're kind of. You'll see what I mean. Go and look up some of the Tau battle suits. If you like, it's a good gateway drug to get into Warhammer and spend all your money. I think they have one in the eModel store as well. A Storm Surge. I think they have at least one of the battle suits. Might be a Riptide. I'm not sure. Go and have a look after the show. Anders Ericsson says, Bench back to the Panzer IV.
Good man.
This is correct. We missed you last week. Temperature finally got down here a bit, so I'm back at weathering the inside of the turret. Belly, cheeseburger and fries for lunch, coffee and sandwiches now. It's so strange to be like, a year ago you'd be like, I ate a leaf for my lunch because I hate my life and I had some diet day and it's all horrible. Now you're like, cheeseburger, fries, more burgers, cheese and fries. And Osric 9000, Belly, chicken jalfrezi, bench, fiddly undercarriage on the Triebflügel. Treibflügel, might be Treibflügel.
Sprue and glue bench working on a Big Mac and large fries.
Yes.
Belly, let you know when I've finished working on my bench.
Nana Sunrise, bench, Hello Kitty, Harrow, belly, chicken wings and home cut chip. Can you use punctuation, please, people?
Especially when Chris doesn't actually know what
Harrow
is.
belly.
A harrow is a Gunpla thing. It's that ball.
It's the little ball thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Harrow. Hello Kitty Harrow gets 10 points from me. Also, hello Nana Sunrise. Not seen you for a while. Graham McRobert says belly and mackerel salad. Oh, I love mackerel. Mackerel salad and bench stopped modelling as my mojo has gone. Yes, just go and do something else. Like you said before.
Welcome to the club.
Yep, just go and do something else. That's why I love video games, because I can just go and shoot things for a while. Model making fish fingers. Really? Says belly. I nuked some White Castle cheeseburger sliders. It's American. I always wanted to try White Castle. I'll start again. I nuked some White Castle cheeseburger sliders. Bench, I just primed 148, even 3D printed parts for my big sailing ship.
Oh, nice.
Is a slider basically a burger?
I think it's a burger with sloppiness or something. Or is it I can't remember. I thought it was a kind of hot dog or something.
Yeah, I thought it was a dog-based thing.
Not actual dog bag, but even hot dog.
No, not a woof woof, but dog hot dog thing. Yeah.
Mark Scopes, beef chili with wild rice. Packing the son off to uni, then I'll be back for the bench.
Make sure you put some holes in the box so we can breathe.
Yeah. Nastro 25 says belly Stella. Bench Tamiya Toyota Gazoo TS50 hybrid.
Gazoo. Hello, I'm a Gazoo Wood. How do you do? Yeah. Chantal Crawford says bench is Pokemon models. Nice. Is that Bandai? Could be. Belly will be chicken wings and chips. Get in. Michael Jackman says belly 8 ounce cheeseburger and chips at the pub. Bench new project. Big capital letter. Ted. It's a tall ship. I'll say that again. Ted. It's tall ship time. Back to my favourite subject. It's been a while. A 1/72 scale Golden Hind Sir Francis Drake ship. Is that the old Airfix kit? That was a tiny one, wasn't
it? Model Making Mayhem's got an AMA. He says favourite comedy team, past or present.
Comedy
It's
team.
obvious who mine's going to be, isn't it? Joe Ronnie's, isn't it? Top handles.
I would say I'm torn between Morecambe and Wise and two Ronnies.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it?
I'd go between those two as well, because
I'm going to combine them into the Morecambe and Ronnies two. Wise.
Yeah, Wise Ronnies.
Morecambe and Ronnie.
You want like Eric Morecambe combined with Ronnie Barker's monologues.
Yeah.
and the
Oh,
two
yeah,
pink
that-
gin sketch. You can't beat the two pink gin sketch, but you also can't beat Andrew Preview. So you can't separate them.
Oh, yeah, that's ours. Who are yours in the chat?
Reggie Modeler says, Belly, sausage and egg butty, bench. Now I've finished the Dullahan. Dullahan. It's a D&D figure. It's going to, if I'm struggling to read it, it's because it's all the way over there and it's tiny. It's going to be time for Arcan and the Cruel Order. More miniatures. He's doing miniatures.
Yeah. Ian Thompson says it's easy. It's the two runnies.
But what about
They
Morecambe and
definitely
Wise?
get a vote. Yeah.
Stewpot does Lego when his mojo goes. It's easy and it takes your mind off things.
Yep. That's one thing I like to do as well. Sometimes I go and play video games, but if I don't want to do that, what I'll do is I've got a load of stash of Warhammer kits. If I'm stuck painting and I'm losing my mojo painting, and I hate building, but what I'll sometimes do is I'll put the painting to one side and I'll just start assembling a completely different kit, because there's no thinking. It's just gluing stuff together. And then after a little while, I'll get bored of that and I'll go back to the painting.
Yeah, I have 2 or 3 kits in different stages. One's build, one's primed, one's ready for brush painting. Otherwise, I figure paint or I video edit. Yeah. But I've also got a diamond art. I'm going to try that as a mojo buster as well, just to see whether or not that works. So.
But I do recommend the Warhammer kits just as an easy, because they're easy to build. They are a great way of just putting especially if you're painting, building can be a good break from painting. So.
Yeah.
Belly Spag Bowl says Primetime Modelling, bench Magnum Ferrari 308 restoration / conversion.
Yeah.
I've got the tune in my head now.
Dave Carball's got a good one. He says when he loses his mojo, I go up the shop and buy some more.
£1/4 of mojo, please.
Yeah.
Kevin McNara says I go and fly my golden eagle.
Yeah.
You need to give us a lot more information on that one, because that's just too awesome. We're all sitting here thinking you're actually flying a real golden eagle. Which
I'm thinking of the sketch out the goodies with the with the golden eagle.
Graham, what's moved? Just moved.
Graham,
right
still the ATST. But the black primer is on. Belly, lovely linguine pasta with chicken in arrabbiata sauce.
Arrabbiata.
Arrabbiata.
You've clearly never seen the Eddie Izzard
chicken
sketch.
in sauce.
You've clearly never seen the Death Star canteen sketch by Eddie Izzard. No. The Reggie Modeler says, when my mojo goes, I will plan a paint scheme with what paint I need, etc., or play some video games, and often just jam out some tunes on bass, but I do that most days. And Anders says, when the mojo is gone, I do the have to do things around the house, and they're so boring the bench is paradise compared to it. Oh, yeah. Sprugler asked where Ted is. Ted's broadband provider has had some issues since the hot weather, and he's not getting any broadband. He's struggling to get broadband. His internet provider is working on it, but it's a local infrastructure problem, apparently.
Graham Robert says he goes fishing and it helps to de-stress himself.
Yeah, I think he meant de-stress, not distress.
Yeah, bless you.
Try not to distress yourself.
He might not like fishing. It might be.
He might stress him out so much that he goes back to model making. Model making Mayhem says I will either sleep or blow things up. Yeah. We won't ask any further on that one.
Paul Lyons, to get my mojo back, I watch historical documentaries on YouTube about the item I'm building.
Ooh, that's
what it's sort of keeping the mojo in and on and around.
Yeah. Or just watch Time Team.
Yeah, in answer to your question, Sarge, I have a fan running in the background. It's hot, so yeah.
Yeah, we've all got fans on, I think.
I haven't, because I'm awesone.
Yeah,
and it'll be Chris's fan, because it's always Chris's.
It's probably irritating him, but I'm not gonna sit here and sweat. Yeah.
You don't want to see Fester sweat.
Yeah, no, it's not a good look.
5670 scale models. If I lose my mojo, I usually change kits for a bit and try and join a hangout. That usually sorts it out.
Yeah.
I normally go to sleep, says Spur and Goat.
Emma Jane says Belly, wine and bench Metcalf Engage 148 scale. That's 1 to 148.
That's a train. That's a train.
1 to 48. Yeah, tiny. Workers' cottages diorama with tiny roses, flowers, and cucumber plants.
Cucumber.
Yeah, Sarge going, yeah, it's a really weird tone. It's made him check his system. Same tone as it always is.
David Butch, that model. I watch YouTube videos for inspiration, or I'll go and play some games on the PC. B3 says, I have various hobbies which helps me reboot after a lack of mojo kicks in. I draw, read, watch films, listen to tunes, make props, build Lego, cook, Xbox, till the urge to create models is rekindled. Absolutely. I do the drawing as well, but I haven't done it for a long time, so that's another option I used to have. Yeah, absolutely.
Phil Lewis has got sausage mash with fine green beans and gravy in the belly. Bench, not much active, only his mojo's taken a dive. Yeah, just walk away from it, mate, and do something else and come back to it when you're ready.
Sergeant Bones says, my cat just charged in from the background. It clearly thought you had some kind of food. What's your cat called, and does it respond if we call it Siri? So if I said, hey Siri, barf on the carpet, it wouldn't work.
He's got a cat that thinks it's a dog. He plays fetch with it. It's quite comical to see him do it.
Phil Lewis says, although I did spend yesterday evening working on the latest 5 issues of Bring Your Own X-Wing.
Bring Your Own X-Wing.
Build Your Own X-Wing.
I'm going to Fox's next X-Wing party.
Yeah, he had one simple task, Chris, is all he had.
Yeah, one simple task. Where are we up to?
Zazda says, a Defiant made by Bolton Paul.
Excellent, thanks for the extra information. Tim Young says, the BP Defiant was a World War II fighter with turret for guns. Bold idea, but not successful. Michael Jackman says, again, a World War II fighter aircraft, 4 gun turrets behind the pilot. Sounds very orcish. Sounds like an orc aircraft.
Yeah, they must have messed with his hearing when them guns.
It's the BP Defiant, also known as the Blaster Booster Bomber or something.
Yeah.
Proper orc plane, you know what I mean? Yeah. Dakka.
The trouble is now we're getting responses for things we talked about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. We are lovely people, says Emma Jane Young. Emma Jane Young's a dentist. My dentist is lovely. She's just very loud.
Yeah.
Which, when you're still asleep at 9 in the morning, kind of startles you a bit. Ah. Much of that model says about falling off his scooter. It's not my fault. I'm very tall for a hobbit, and a curb is like crossing Mordor. It's more the fact that you're a middle-aged man falling off your scooter that we find hilarious.
Yeah, it's like try and explain that to the nurse at the hospital. It's like, mate, I'd have paid money to be sat there. I'd have popped a rib, mate.
Where are we? So,
Eric saying butcher that model's only 3 foot tall, so anything a couple of inches off the ground is like 7 foot full.
Slider
5760 scale model says Slider is a small burger.
Oh yeah, Paul. I was about to say small. Paul Slider. Paul Line says the same thing.
Paul Line says
Not
the same
Paul,
thing there. Yeah.
Not Paul Slider, because we don't know who Paul Slider is.
Paul Slider is a small line. What
does that mean? If you got like if you got a quarter pounder slider, it'd actually be an eighth of a pound.
Quarter ounce slider or something.
But you could have 32 of them. I'm on for this. Even on my low fat diet.
Lee Barrett's asking, what's the best primer for resin kits?
Any. There's no. You can use any primer you want. If you're airbrushing it, all of us would strongly recommend either Ultimate Modelling Product Primer.
Yeah, UMP.
Or Ammo by MIG one-shot primer. Both of these are absolutely idiot-proof. In my latest video, I explained you could literally pour this from the bottle onto your model, and it will probably still come out okay. These are both Badger Style res, so if your option is Badger Style res, it's the same stuff. They're all the same thing. Rebadged Ultimate Primer or Ammo by MIG. If you've not got an airbrush, then especially for resin, I would strongly recommend Tamiya Rattle Can Primer.
Yeah.
Or the Citadel Primer, although that's a bit expensive. The Tamiya Rattle Can Primer is the best, finest, as in delicatest. It's hardcore and durable, it's really fine. Their primers are really durable and really hardcore, and they go on resin really nicely. So, but any primer's fine on resin. Chat's just jumped.
Stewpot saying, yeah, he also does Diamond Art. It's brilliant for when his mojo's gone. He's doing a big David Bowie one at the moment.
Sergeant Bones does say his cat's name is Jasper.
Candygram for Mongo says his vote for the best comedy duo was Peter Cook and Dudley Moore. Pete and Dud.
Oh yes, I've just remembered their Thunderbird spoof sketch, which was hilarious.
Screw and Glue says, when I take my hat off, who am I? And he's put a lollipop in. Yeah.
Yep.
Cracker.
Model Making Mayhem says, aha, Dave wasn't focused on driving his scooter. He was looking at the video on his phone. That sounds about right to me. He was probably watching porn.
Actually, yeah, that sounds about right for Dave, actually.
If you're watching the little Eastern European ladies on his phone, oh, look at that crash. Let's have a look.
Bones says it's bizarre you all need fans. It's bloody cold here in Germany. It's 14 degrees C. Yeah, it's a bit warmer than here at the moment.
AJ says he actually has the Fly Fishing by J.R. Hartley book, and it's a real book. Yeah, Fly Fishing. Oh, my name. It's J.R. Hartley. I love that advert. It's a classic. It's such a classic. Beautiful, beautiful classic. Why is Tamiya White Rattle Can Primer, asks EC Idaho, why is Tamiya White Rattle Can Primer the only white Tamiya rattle can that seems to cover effectively, even on white plastic? White is always a rubbish colour to spray because of the nature of white paint. Primers are a bit different, so they'll always behave a bit differently. Even Tamiya Primer, though, if you spray it on thickly in one go, you'll get the where it'll separate away from the edges, and you'll get like transparent bits. It'll look gnarly. But yeah, they're rattle can. The only thing that upsets me about Tamiya stuff is they don't do a black. I really wish they did a black primer, but they don't. So they do all the various colours, but they don't do a black primer. Come on, Tamiya.
Eric wants to see me try and ride a scooter. Yeah, but that'd be like, adventurous, exercisey type stuff. I wouldn't do things like that.
Yeah, I can't do exercise. my doctor says to me to get my cholesterol down, because that's why I'm on a low. So you got to go on a low-fat diet and start doing some exercise. And I went, low-fat diet, right? Yeah, can do half.
Say about diet and something else. I can't remember.
Yeah, I didn't get the rest of the words. It was a low-fat diet. There you go. Graham McRoberts says, got back into fishing. So, oh, hang on. The water went down the wrong way. Got back into fishing, so it might help my mojo. Plus, Festa, the email I sent you got better news. Will update you. Okay, that's just for you, Colin.
Yeah, no worries, Graham, mate. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for that, buddy. And just keep your spirits up, mate. You'll be fine.
Michael Jackman says, the lower hull of the Golden Hind is white. I'm dreading it. The trick to spraying white, it's really easy. Use a neutral primer colour, like a light grey. But then, if you're spraying, especially, before you spray the white, spray a tan colour. It sounds stupid. If you watch my Eagle Transporter build, I primed it in black and then in deck tan and then in white. Because the problem with white is it's very chalky because of the nature of the pigment, but it's also quite transparent. So if you put a neutral colour underneath first, that will block it out and help the white look more vibrant. If you use a tan colour, you'll get a nice warm white tone. If you use a dark grey colour, you will get a colder, cooler white tone, but it'll take you more coats to get a solid white. For the Golden Hind, you probably just want a nice creamy white colour or a warm white. So I would say, whatever primer you're going to use, get a tan colour on there first, or even just use a tan colour primer. Get that on there first and then put your white over the top, and just do it in misty coats and build it up slowly. And you'll come on fine as long as it's got that nice colour between the primer and the white. You have to take it, and yellow is even worse than white. Yellow is a nightmare.
Yeah,
yellow's horrible. But yeah, try it.
Unfortunately, people in chat seem to be talking about cakes now that Foxx started talking about low-fat diets.
Yeah, Eric Graham's going, cake. Who said cake?
Oh, yeah. Laura Barkley says, low-fat diet, no good to me. I bake and live on cakes. Well, the thing is, I realised, because I had to look up and say, right, what can I now eat? I've got to go on a low-fat diet. And it's like, okay, so I can still eat all the meats as long as they're lean. So that's not changed. That's fine. I can eat less cheap, crappy meat and have good quality lean meat. Okay, I can still do bacon and steak and everything else. I've got to switch from white rice to brown rice. I'm sure that's probably fine. I've got to really stop doing white pasta and go for brown pasta, wholemeal pasta. I don't really mind. Lots of pulses. That's fine. I like beans and things anyway. Fruits and veggies. Yeah, not a problem. So I looked at it and it's like, you know what? I can still eat myself silly. No problem.
Yeah, it's common sense, isn't it, really?
Yeah, just no, I can't just do cakes. I will still occasionally have a takeaway, just like, once a week or something. But other than that, it's like the other day for lunch, I got a pack of roll mop herring in the sweet salty water with a bit of onion. But it was little slices of it. So I dumped that into a bowl and got a tin of like 5 bean salad and dumped that in and munged it up and ate it, and it was fantastic. And it was great, and I didn't die. It was fantastic.
Skipper Ted saying there's no such thing as low-fat cake. It's blasphemy.
Yeah, there is no such thing as low-fat cake. I use Tamiya rattle cans for red and yellow. They are nightmares to brush, says Tim Young. Yeah, again, the trick with reds and yellows and any colours like that is it's what colour goes underneath it.
Yeah, Mayhem's saying the same as what I would do. Yellow, he base coats with pink first. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like red. I spray red over yellow. So
Yep. And if you want to get a yellow color, it's like if eModels are eventually going to have the full Citadel paint range, if you're brushing, and when that happens, I can easily give you paint combinations because they design their paint so that if you're painting yellow, then the paint Avalanche Sunset is the perfect base color.
yeah,
To go underneath, because they have a lot of really not very transparent paints. Like they have yellows and greens and reds that are designed to be as opaque as possible to go underneath the color you want to complement it. So, but it's always worth considering what effect the color underneath will have. So, like I say, if you paint green over black, if you paint yellow over black, it comes out green, or with a green tinge. If you paint white over black, it comes out cold and blue, but over a tan color, it comes out nice and warm. So. There you go. Tamiya Camel Yellow Rattle Can works very well over Tamiya Light Grey Primer. Yeah. I mean, like I say, when I did the Eagle, I did it white, but it was deck tan underneath and over a black primer, because black primer with the white on top will be garbage. So the deck tan was there to just cover up the primer and give a nice warm base for the white. So you can have a lot of fun with it.
Osric 9000 says cake flavoured with cake is the best cake.
Yes.
Sounds true, yeah.
Graham M says, Fox, if you're doing that fish thing again, add a few boiled spuds. Very nice. Well, it was a quick lunchtime snack, so I was just like tipping things out of the can. Although I didn't know that the can of 5-bean salad, it just said 5-bean salad. It contains beans. You can eat it. Happiness. So I tipped the water away, put the beans in and ate them. And then Mama Fox says, did you warm them up? I said, no. She said, okay, because like kidney beans are highly toxic if you don't heat them. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know if there were kidney beans in it. But it didn't say to cook it anyway. It didn't say like just literally said.
I don't know that that's a thing.
Yeah, I mean the different can we had said warm in a pan for a couple of minutes, but don't boil. I'm like, okay, but the other one just said eat these for fun.
Should we do the thingy time?
Oh, excellent description of things there with all the words.
I like your description there, Chris. That sounded super profesh, mate.
Should we
Yeah,
put the thing?
let's go and do the thingy thing.
With the running and the screaming and the hey.
With the
Hey,
we haven't had a request for what's in store yet, so I think it's time to preempt the chat
Should we
and
preempt
do what's in store.
Wait, are we actually going straight into what's in store without people asking us first? That's what I'm
Yeah, I think that would blow people's minds, wouldn't it?
Conditions, are you, Fox? Or
yes, do you want? I'll do it if you want. Yes.
There you go. I clicked on Fox.
Yes, it's what's in store time, folks. Now we're not giving a mug away this week because we have a giveaway this week. Yes. 72-inch screen, you're getting the finger. So, I don't know why we do
I'm
that.
so going to watch that back on my...
Too late, Osric. We're already doing what's in store.
Yeah. You snooze, you lose. So, yes, so we're going to do what's in store. Colin's going to go through a selection of fine items available this very day in the eModels store, because, of course, this is being done for emodels.co.uk, your one-stop shop for all your model making needs.
Am I?
No, you're not on my model making needs. But yes, so he's going to go through some products in store. There is a theme, and if you want to guess the theme, we're not giving a mug away, but if you want to for fun, you can guess the theme. Wait till he comes back and says that's all the what's in store, what's the theme, go. And if you get the theme first in chat, we'll say well done.
Absolutely.
This week we're going to give away, don't know. But yes, he's going to go through what's in store. Keep in mind, of course, the obvious usual things. First of all, we don't know how many of these are in stock. They might have one, they might have 200 of them. So if anything you see as we go through tickles your fancy, don't just leave it there. What do they do, Ted?
Slap it in your basket.
Your voice has dropped a bit, but well done. Yeah, don't leave it sitting around. Slap it in your basket, and remember,
it ain't yours until you check it out.
It's amazing. Can you
I've only got a slap it on button. I haven't got any other.
Oh no.
You just need to work on adding a few extra syllables to the letter O, and you'll be fine. No.
O.
No.
Letter O.
Yes, any of these tickle your fancy. Think, oh, I want that. Don't wait to the end of the show, because they might have one in stock and somebody else will bring it to you. And if you haven't paid for it, somebody else can take it out of your basket. So if anything,
they can mug you. You don't want that, do you?
grab it and check it out. And remember, whatever the third item on the list is, that's the one you have to buy, regardless, whether you want it or not.
Yeah.
Graham does tell you that you're safe, Fox, because beans in a can are already cooked.
Well, no, the one I had that I read said you have to warm them up. So I don't know. I didn't die.
Yeah.
There were some toilet incidents, but I didn't die.
Are you ready, Colin?
Yes, you ready, Cole?
I certainly am, mate.
Yes.
Okay.
Coming up
Colin
full
on the
screen.
big telly.
Coming up full screen, is it, folks? Yeah.
Yep. So's the model, but there you go. Hey.
Well, hey, uh, we did there.
Deal
First,
week.
folks, is a Tamiya 112 scale 1968 Matra MS11 British Grand Prix motor car. And for all of you car fans out there that like your retro Formula One,
Yay, car fans.
yeah,
That was my Roland Rat impression.
oh
for the
yeah,
Ted's not here.
Ted's in. He's doing Roland Rat.
Oh, we've got about rolling, right?
It's, I don't know about you, but it's like anything, isn't it? You look at cars from yesteryear, vintage F1, and it's, for me anyway, it's just got that nostalgia about it. And
There's a certain degree of class and style. That's enormous.
it is, isn't it?
It looks like it's got tiny wheels at the front, but that's just the thing underneath it.
Yeah, I saw it pop up as a upcoming release in the news section on the store, and it just, it's
don't-
absolutely stunning.
Keep in mind, folks, 112 scale is Action Man size, I think. I
don't know whether there's
So that's how big this is going to be.
there's no dimensions as such
No.
because it's a new release, but
Now, I must admit, I have actually visited the McLaren factory and headquarters behind the scenes in the secret bit that the public don't get to see. And I have seen some of the old vintage Formula One cars they've got there. And you look at the modern ones, which are like boring, and you look at the old ones, and you think, oh, there's some class to that.
They just take you back. I mean, look at the engine on that. It's just like, I mean, for a petrol head, it's just like,
I mean, you look at the bodywork on the modern ones. It's all Kevlar, carbon fiber, computer design. These ones, it was a bloke with a ball peen hammer banging it into shape.
Absolutely, and literally, I mean,
in
the
someone's shed.
Washers would fall off as soon as they went over the finish line.
Yeah. So if you like, I reckon if you like your motoring history, is this remote controlled or is it? It's not, is it?
No, I don't think it is on this one. I'm just having a looky-loo to see whether it is, but I don't think it's on.
No, it won't be. But yeah, if you like your motor racing history and you like your old stuff, and if you just like these kind of cars, this is amazing. It's beautiful looking. You think it's a lot of money, but look at the size of 112 scale.
It's 112 scale, and it's that immortal phrase, and it's museum quality, and it.
Yeah. Spid says 112 is twice the typical car scale. Yeah, it's twice as big as the 124 scale. Car,
yeah.
But it's if I remember rightly, that's what scale action men are. So
I mean, what's that? That's about 12 inches, something like that.
It's about 35 feet. I don't do measuring very well. About 25 millimeters squared, I think.
Something like
1/12 scale will be 1 inch to a foot, so it'd be 6 inches tall if it's 6 foot tall.
Lord Barkley says, lovely. Osric says, imagine that in shiny chrome.
Oh, honestly, it is. It took my eye as soon as it came up on screen. It's like,
you could do it as a bare metal unpainted car.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, all the panels lift off, and you can have a good old looky-loo around. So proper vroom noises.
The funny thing is, I just know that Steve Mundy's looking at that now and thinking, I know what I could do.
I can put wings on there.
Fighter plane out of that, but it's 200 quid.
People in chat are telling you the Action Man was actually 1/6 scale.
Was he? So it's half the size of an Action Man. I thought it was. Oh, hang on. In 1/12, then is that a Star Wars figure size?
That's the Bandai Star Wars figures. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Bandai kits.
I stand corrected. I was talking out my backside. Again, as usual.
Again, folks,
I wasn't listening.
That's the Tamiya 1/12 scale 1968 Matra MS11 British Grand Prix variant.
Spruglu Addict says 25 millimeters cubed, Fox. That's about what, 6 foot square? Ooh, floaty.
Yeah, next up is a floaty thing. A Max Thrust Aggressor Sport Glider.
Floaty times.
That's a good name, isn't it?
Yeah, and it is one of those, if you're into your sort of flyy, I think this is RC, if I remember rightly. Recommended battery, motors and servers. So for you RC lovers out there, it's a glider, isn't it?
A lot of people don't realise that eModels are one of the UK's largest remote control stockists of cars and planes and things like that. They are experts in the field. So if you have any questions about remote control stuff, just give them a shout.
I mean, we've done it many times, and we tend to forget about the RC community, and we overlook it. And I just thought, well, I'll throw that in there because it's a glider, and it's something very tranquil, isn't there? I mean, I've got an RAF base, and I've also got like a local airport across the way there. So you often see the gliders going up, and you think, I could have me some of that.
But although you have to say, you do need a certain level of being absolutely nuts to be in one, I think.
Yeah,
certain
I
level
mean,
of insanity to just more voluntarily be up that high and not fly.
I don't think my carcass is aerodynamically tuned to be shoehorned into a glider. I don't think it would glide. I think it would plummet.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, if you like your RC there's the Max Rust Aggressor Sport Glider.
See, I didn't know you could actually get remote control gliders. To me, obviously, the days of throwing the glider and then having to run halfway across the field to find it again are gone now. I didn't realize you could get remote. And obviously,
they're gone.
I was going to say, I'm assuming it's not powered. It's just remote control, flaps, and ailerons.
Yeah, it's got a 1.5 meter wingspan using a free cell 2200 MA pack. You'll be able to get the model into pretty much any car quite easily.
Yep.
It's got movable tailplane, folding props, Flexi construction, brushless motors, and it's 59-inch wingspan by 40 inches long. Yeah.
But I mean, I can imagine as well the battery would last quite a while if you're just controlling flaps and ailerons. It's probably going to have quite.
You could have some fun with that, couldn't you?
Yeah, stick a GoPro on it, stick a camera on it. Holy cow!
Well, yeah, exactly. You can take your little drones, or you can have one of these and have a bit of fun. So yeah,
I actually had a drone fly over my house the other day. It was the loudest thing in the world. So at least this way you could do stealth droning. And nobody
but I mean, you could have some right fun with that. So yeah, if you like your RC and you fancy a bit of a glider, go grab one, slap it in your basket, folks. Next up, item number 3.
Yeah, you know what we say about number 3? It's the one you got to buy, whether you want it or not.
I mean, it's common knowledge I'm a bit of a bike addict, and it's the Italieri 1/9 scale Manx Norton 500cc 1951 model. And what can I say? It's a Norton. It's beautifully made. Race over at RJC built one of these, and they are absolutely from a bygone era of motorcycling. So I can imagine Spiddy.
Look at the way he's huddled over that, like proper old school motorbike.
Oh, it's that romantic racing, isn't it? And I can imagine. I don't know whether Spiddy's already built one of these, but I'm sure he's making cooing noises because we've got the Manx Norton on. So
it's the kind of thing where they designed the motorbike and then tried to figure out how someone would sit on it.
Well,
basically.
yeah, I mean that poor old rider's having to really stretch himself over that tank there.
Yeah. Very quickly, a skipper scale model says, "I've done gliding."
Yeah,
he was in the police, probably in the police glider corps or something. And Edward Leonard said it's got a motor foldable props, so maybe it's got a foldable propeller on that.
Skipper's going, cafe racer. It's one of those, you can imagine gunning up to the Ace Cafe and sitting there with your pint and your levers and that, and giving it the beans. So.
Graham M says, "Oh man, that Norton is very, very tempting. We don't know how many they've got in stock. They might only have one. If you want it,
it's one of those where every time I see one, we keep doing that finger over the buy it button. And
but like I say, we don't know how many they've got in stock. So if you want it, you got to slap it in your basket.
Slap it in your basket and grab yourself one because $49.99. That's a steal. And don't forget, folks, it's 1/9 scale as well. So
exactly.
That's a big old bike. I think we might have we got some dimensions of it? Let's have a look.
Because the thing you have to remember is that a lot of the 1/9 scale kits, especially the Tamiya ones, the top end ones are like 200 quid.
Yeah.
Like the Africa Twin was was that 1/6 scale?
That was 1/6.
1/6 scale. Yeah.
They're not cheap to get such a big model here. And this scale. It's only 40 quid, 50 quid. It's pretty good. It's not going to be as complicated and detailed as a top-end Tamiya model, but it's going to be big on your shelf.
It's not much more than a Tamiya 1/12 scale bike. So, I think that's a steal at that price, to be honest with you. So, grab yourself a bargain.
Yeah.
It's item number 3 as well, don't forget, folks. So,
cashier number 3, please.
Cashier number 3. Next up, we've got the Revell 1/1/6 scale build and play first order heavy assault Walter.
Yeah, I love these kind of random. They've got to put it's basically box scale, but they just have to put a scale on there.
They definitely design the kit and then work out the scale what it is.
Yeah, you can imagine someone sitting there going, "Well, it's going to be this big but what scale is it? Let's do the maths." Yeah. But again, it's one of those quick build type things, isn't it, where you can just knock it together, build and play model kit. It's ideal if you've got young kids or grandchildren.
Lights and sounds included as well.
Yeah, it's aimed at the younger builders.
Yeah, if they're just getting into the hobby, they can pretty much build this and be playing with it in the same day. So
However, you shouldn't, of course. I mean, we do Rib Ravel's cheap Star Wars kits sometimes, but for subjects like this, where it's a mechanical-looking utilitarian kind of thing, there is some potential for proper modelers like us to get this and just go to town on it.
Jesus, yeah.
Yeah, add little things to it and fill out any of the little gaps and things. And
Oh
any
yeah, I
hollow bits.
mean,
So
someone like Steve with his Greebly box that we all want.
Oh yeah.
You know, he'd have great fun with this. And
Yeah, he's already seen it. He says, "Ooh, spaceship."
yeah, I mean, at 25 quid, you can't argue with it, can you? I mean, it's a Greebly box builder's dream, isn't it?
So there is some merit to some of these like little cheapy kiddie kits that they do, just purely for the fact that with a little bit of work you could make it look like a proper hardcore kit.
Well,
It's more difficult when you get like some of the spaceship type stuff where it's like an X-wing or something. That's not what you can do with that. But something like this where it's all mechanical and clunky and boxy, you could easily mod this and make it look cool.
Absolutely, and it's tempting, isn't it? Because
25 quid.
25 quid, you can have yourself a good old bit of fun there. Practice your weathering skills and your scratch building skills, and turn out a really different kit. So that's the Revell build and play first order and the assault water.
Yeah, Sprue and Glue says some nice greebles on that, and Paul Lyon says the front legs look like a Neanderthal dragging its knuckles.
Absolutely, it's just got that, 25 quid, mate.
Yeah, I think it was called the Gorilla Walker as their sort of nickname for it.
I mean, I will be honest to say I don't like these compared to AT-ATs. I prefer AT-ATs.
Yes.
But, I don't like the design of these. I don't like the way their legs work.
Someone like say Steve and Greebly Box Gods and Scratch Builders are going to love it, aren't they?
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Italian Airy 1/24 racing trailer. So if you've got any trucks and you haven't got any trailers, this is the one.
Truck.
It's a fair old size as well, 24th scale. Loads of rather sexy decalage going on if you like your Formula One and stuff.
Scorpion times.
So again, it's something that you can knock together. Do your weathering with it. If you've got cars or bikes or anything like that, you can build yourself a nice little garage scene or race scene or whatever.
Did you notice how we abandoned you to this one to let you talk a lot?
You two just look at me and you're about as much use as an handbrake on a canoe, isn't you?
It's a box, it's got wheels.
Yeah, it's petrol things and engines and...
Yeah, I mean this is squarely aimed at the people who've already built the tractor unit, basically.
Yeah, I mean,
you wouldn't just buy it. You wouldn't just buy a trailer unit as a model.
No, I've got one of these in me lounge with a tractor unit, and I'm repurposing it soon on a build series where I'm going to livery it up for the MotoGP and all of that lot. So for people like me that like their cars and bikes,
Yeah, because you could look at this and say it's a box. Why are you doing a kit? But it's like, but it goes with the tractor unit, or it goes with your 1/24 scale. With your 1/24 scale.
You and Chris had the same look that me and Ted have when you're talking Warhammer.
But if you build 1/24 scale racing cars, hello.
Exactly. You can get a couple of cars in there. You can scratch build a floor. You could have tools in there. You could have crew in there.
It's basically a diorama piece, isn't it?
Absolutely. So. Yeah, all right. It might not appeal to everyone, but there are niches for these things. And if you're doing a dio or something like that, and you've got a collection, grab yourself one of these and add it to it.
Lord Barkley says Brands Hatch diorama.
Absolutely, it's perfect. I mean, I want to do the MotoGP paddock, so I've got several bikes and I've got one of these, and I'm going to do a display on the shelf in my man cave. So,
well, I don't know if you'd have something with top cars on the side of it with motorbikes in it, but
no, I'm going to put my own decals on it.
Top bikes.
Yeah, top bikes, because they're top, aren't they? Yeah, thanks.
That's a thing, isn't it?
Next up, for the shiny car for eternity, we've got a Tamiya 1/24 scale Toyota Gazoo.
Now, somebody mentioned this in chat.
Hybrid. Yeah.
Have you ever noticed that whenever we do a what's in store, more often than not, somebody in chat will mention something that we have that's in store?
Yeah, it's
weird.
This appealed to me because, again, it's all the different angular parts and the different body parts and the shapes and the curves and all of that. And
it's a Batmobile.
Yeah, it's one of them because, again, if you're not into your motor racing or your liveries like this, you could do, like you say, a Batmobile or a what if. You could do it as something out of Halo or something. There's
not
all kinds of things that you can do with it. Foxx is glazing over because we're talking cars, petrol, and wheels.
Yeah, Zedster says it's not easy racing kazoos.
No, I can
I mean,
imagine.
it sounds terrible.
But I must admit, I'd like to do a few laps in one of these just to see.
That
whether
does
or
look
not...
like something that would be fun to drive for a bit.
Yeah, I think I'd be doing princess noises though, and walking worse than I normally do when I get out of it. So
Would you have the
You
fizz?
can imagine parking up outside Sainsbury's and...
oh yeah, but so yeah, if you like your cars and you fancy a go at something different, grab yourself.
Blimey, where's the jacking point on that?
Yeah, grab yourself a Toyota Gazoo Racing.
Gazoo? I'm a Gazoo. How do you do?
I mean, I'm loving it. I'm looking at that and thinking, oh yeah.
Actually, you probably wouldn't take it to Sainsbury's. I don't think there's anywhere to put your bags.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no cup holders, Chris, either, mate.
No, I don't want one.
You can't roll the window down. You can't have Led Zepp blasted out the stereo.
You can't have your arm out the window, can you, when you're cruising?
No, I was going to get one, but I won't bother now.
Yeah, forget that, folks. Zadster's going, it's got built-in pneumatic jacks.
I was really just joking about the fact there's just no underside detail because it's flat, because it's a racing car.
Yeah. But, and last up, folks, is quite an iconic motor, the Italieri 1/24 scale Ford Escort, which could go with your trailer, folks.
How many of us have owned a Ford Escort Mark II? I've had one.
I had one, mate. I had the old RS 2000 with the old slope nose, you know.
Yeah.
And,
Mine was garbage. it was on its last legs. It was, the bonnet was held in place with garden wire.
I'm at risk here of exposing the fact, but I had that when I had my peroxide blonde mullet.
Oh, we need to see pictures of that.
We are going to have to see pictures.
I can still remember the full Don Johnson look outfit as I felt along the road.
We're gonna need to see pictures, dude. And then we might. We won't, of course, then download them and post them anyway.
It was a step,
no, not at all.
It was a step up from the Starsky and Hutch Ilmenit, wasn't it? You know?
Oh yeah.
Steve in chat BQ says, I'd spaceship every one of these so far. Is the link things Steve would interfere with?
Yeah, it's the things that Steve could use as greebles.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's just a Mark II Escort, isn't it? I mean, they had that look about them, and probably now they drive like a pup, but yeah. So that's what we've got there, folks. Got the livery on there for a certain brand, which I won't say just in case.
Yeah, I must admit, when we're talking about cars and stuff, as a person that owns a car and drives, obviously, I do have a certain appreciation of old cars that are just mechanical. I do find modern cars boring.
I mean, it's difficult for me. I mean, I haven't driven for 7 years, and in my lockup, I've still got my 3-litre straight six Opel Monza from 1985.
Yeah,
and it's that proper angular, you know, and it's got the digital dash box, and I can't part with it, mate.
But modern cars are all basically the same shape, aren't they?
Yeah.
But there's just something about older cars that are like, where you know, they're just mechanical. There's no, the steering wheel's not squishy, and you've not got.
No, it's got no airbags, nothing like that.
Yeah.
It's proper.
You know, like my old Landy or my old Mark II Escort or my old Mark II Fiesta. It's a metal box with an engine that you could strip down quite. I literally stripped down the engine on my Mark II Fiesta, and I'm an idiot. I don't understand anything about that.
Yeah, it's got an aftermarket cruise control on it. I had a leather interior put in, and it's just one of them.
Wait a minute, aftermarket cruise control? You mean you've got a brick?
Yeah, it's basically
you've got a brick that you put on a pedal.
No, it's a big lump of gubbins that's under the bonnet that controls all the
That was
being that it's 1980s electric.
Joke died.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's your Italieri 1/24 scale Ford Escort RS 1800.
Graham M says, ironically, Cole, I had a bit of heritage when I had my Escort too.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was proper, mate. Yeah, I had proper mullet, mate, and then it got dyed black and become a metal mullet. So
Phil Lewis, talking about the previous one, says, if I remember correctly, there's a port they plug a compressed air hose into that actuates pneumatic jacks built in, and Zadster beat me to it.
Yeah. So we got the proper petrol heads in chat.
I'll stop making jokes now because nobody notices them the jokes.
Whipplekins.
I got your joke. It just wasn't particularly funny.
See, that I can take.
Don't hold back, Chris. Shoot straight from the So I'll just give a recap, folks, because you're probably struggling to guess what the theme is.
I cannot guess what this team might be.
Yeah, first up was the 1968 Matra British Grand Prix car. Then you've got a Max Thrust Aggressor Sport Glider. You've got a 1/9 scale Manx Norton 500cc. Oh, such a beautiful bike. You then got the Revell Build and Play First Order Heavy Assault Walker.
I've actually forgotten what the theme is now.
Did you not work it out?
Well,
when
I
he's been
did,
doing
but there's one thing that's thrown me and I've
Ted
forgotten why.
did. Ted was in like Flint, mate.
There's one thing that's thrown me and I've forgotten why it's in there, but carry on.
Italieri 1/24 scale racing trailer. Tamiya 1/24 scale Toyota Toyota racing car there. And then you got the Italieri 1/24 scale Ford Escort RS 1800 from the Lombard RAC Rally.
That Gazoo racer looks great apart from the headlights, which ruin it. I've just realised the headlights are rubbish.
They look like the headlights. Do you remember that really ugly Ford Granada or Scorpio that came out?
The Ford Scorpio, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be the one. The Ford. Do you remember that Ford Scorpio, Foxx?
That's the one. Yeah, you got this like sleek and stylish race car, and then these big chunking flobby headlights on the front.
Do you think it's got a Morris Marina door handles? So yeah,
Well, didn't the Jaguar XJ220 have like bust wing mirrors or something?
yeah. Morris Ital switchgear and things.
Oh yeah, Allegro square wheel kick. I won't say that out loud.
Yeah, look at your post-it notes. I'll come off the screen.
Yes.
Do you want to do your refresh and drag bit for the folks?
No, it's too late for that now.
It's fine. It's just a bit
Because
fun.
you're in with a chance to win nothing. So
If you want,
go on.
oh yeah, if you want to win absolutely nothing, Professor's going to ask you what the theme is. When he says go, you can put your answer, and if you answer before he says go, I'm going to point at you and laugh. First person to get the theme correct wins nothing. A big fat box of nothing.
Absolutely.
Box not included.
And Zaz says, yeah, the Scorpio, that single-handedly killed the Granada range even.
We need to point and laugh at Sprue and Glue because he's answered before you said go.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
We told you, point and laugh at you if you answer.
Go.
Go.
We're waiting now.
Disaster says the
They're all too
Scorpio that
scared to say
single-handedly killed the Ford Granada range.
They're coming up with single words. It's 2 words.
Sport Power, Isle of Man
Isle of
TT,
Man.
124 scale, Polish Expressionist Cinema.
Yeah, that's it. No.
We've got a winner on my screen there. B3 with Motorsport.
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 Although Zazda does say the theme is things, innit?
Because
Well done, Steve.
you had the Sport Glider, you had the racing trailer. So motor racing, Motorsport. But B3 got in first with Motorsport.
Motorsport.
Congratulations, mate. You've won nothing.
We'll get James, mate, to do nothing tomorrow and put your nothing in a box made of nothing. The biggest
Yeah,
nothing
if
box
you'd like
got.
to not email ted@emodels.co.uk, we'll not send anything out to you.
Yeah, not email Ted with none of your details.
Just send him a blank email.
That'll still
Watch, everyone's
confuse
going to email him now with blank email.
him. I won nothing. Please send it to.
B3 saying, I'd like to share my nothing with all of you. Well, that's damn nice of you, mate.
That's up to yourself. If you want to send it out to everybody individually, then feel free. But we're not going to do that.
Chris, your Skyrim's gone limp.
Hey?
Chris's Skyrim's gone limp.
Oh well.
It's gone a bit limp and floppy. It's flapping about.
It's a little bit. It'll get better. I'll tidy it up for next week.
Yeah,
I won't tidy it up for next
I'm
week.
waiting for it to.
up.
Well, I'm waiting for it to flip over and knock the TIE fighter over, which will start an avalanche of stuff over the whole workbench. And it'll be like that thing in space where one satellite explodes and then destroys all of them.
His bench reminds me of one of them coin push machines that you get in the old arcade. You know, where everything's working its way to the edge, and there's something going to drop down and just push everything forward.
Oh, they were the most rubbish things in the arcade. But when they were younger, whenever you went to the arcade, by the end of the day, you guarantee you would have tried it at least once.
Oh yeah.
Even though you'd be like, "Oh, that's rubbish. I want to play Star Wars," and then you'd still be on the coin push thing at the end of the day.
Emma Jane says Tim got his eModels mug the other day and replaced our wedding photo as product place with it. Yeah, I saw the video of him.
Yeah, this is
tripping it
correct.
over. Yep.
This is correct. Did he send it to the eModels Facebook page so they could put it on there as well?
I don't know.
Are we not supposed to ask that?
I don't know where I saw it. I can't remember.
B3 saying he might have to get a couple of those walkers when he gets paid. Yeah, they've got that look about them, mate, haven't they? I must admit,
Yeah.
I'm tempted.
You need to read Sprueglu's comment in your voice, Col.
Way to go, B3.
No, the one that's after Anders Ericsson saying racing.
Oh, well,
Oh, it's way up a little bit. Starts with the word massive.
All right.
Let's have a look.
It just needs your voice to read it out.
Oh, I'm still looking for it. Massive frame. Is that the one?
That was 2/3 of the words. You've killed it now. The moment has passed. Where are we up to? If the rest of us didn't win nothing, does that mean we all won something? Asked Phil Lewis.
No.
Yes and no, insofar as no.
You
I
won
didn't-
our praise for taking part.
I didn't win nothing, nor nothing neither.
Anders has a question. It says,
that would
what
have
cutting mat has print only on one side? Is that a trick question? Is it one that you've spilt to tell me you're extra thin on?
Yeah, yeah. I've never seen one that's only on one. Oh no, I have
No.
actually. I had a green one that had the checkerboard on one side and just green on the other.
It's no good asking Chris. We can't see his, can we?
I can see mine. They're here. It's there. It's lovely. It's clean.
he's getting all protective of his bench Fox, isn't he?
You know what I do? If I ever walk in that house, I'm going to go in and go, "Oh, Tony, look at the layers. I've got ancient Roman. And
I've got down to the
the natural. We've got down to the natural. I've gone through Roman and Anglo-Saxon, Tony."
I'm sorry. You're breaking up there, Fox. I can't quite make out what you're saying. I mean, I can make the little X appear on the Fox and we can get rid of him from the stream.
He has the power. Anders says no, he was being serious. I have seen some green ones where it's got nothing on the other side, but I can't remember where.
Does it matter? Because you're using one side, the other side doesn't matter what it's got on it because it's sort of face down, isn't it?
They might have a specific need for it.
Yeah, but we have our normal side, don't we? And then we have our filming side of the cutting mat.
Yeah, I would drop the guys at eModels an email. Just say, are any of your mats one-sided? I would not say one-sided because it's like a one-dimensional cutting mat. That's not possible. Any of your mats one-sided?
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll just get
That's
the
like
physicist.
asking for a cordless extension lead, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's saying, oh, well, yeah. Doesn't matter to me. Mine ends up that way anyway, Tom. I've been at it.
Yeah, I mean, mine ends up dirty on one side, so I turn it over, and that side gets dirty. I have to buy a new one because I need to film on mine. So
Ted says he's got one, but he doesn't know where from. Is that the one that you spilt glue on, though, Ted?
no, that just went fluffy.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? The minute you open the cutting mat, you become so careful, and then that's it. As soon as you get one speck of paint or a glue spillage, that's it.
I got a lovely cutting mat once. It was a brilliant cutting mat, but I hadn't noticed in the store when I bought it that it was stood up against on a shelf like that, and it was kind of curved because it'd been up like that. So when I got it home, that was never going to be flat, and I'm like, I just wasted money on that mat.
Yeah, mine's like that at the moment. The front edge just. And I've tried everything to straighten it out, but
It's because the numpties in the shop had it stood up like that against the shelf wall, and it's like it bent.
yeah, it's like really.
Tried
Super asked me if what's in store's finished. Yes, it has for no reason at all. I'm sure that you're asking, but I've got chat across that bit of the window. I couldn't see. I still had the title up. Dave Cardboard has a good question for us. He says, "Are you here next Monday since it's UK bank holiday?"
No, bank day off for us. We're allowed to we don't get released from the cages on a bank holiday Monday because there's no one in the shop to release us from our boxes. So
Yeah.
we just get to sit in our little box in the dark like a mushroom. Yeah, so no, we won't be here next week. We'll be here the week after.
Hopefully with a Ted.
Yeah, hopefully, yes.
Yeah, and we'll have the pleasure the week after of it being your what's in store, mate. So that's where no one's going to win anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because although we're not here next week, that doesn't mean to say it's Foxy's what's in store next week.
Yeah, no.
We'd skip a week, so it's his turn the week after.
He was hoping
doesn't get to get away with it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, look at him. He's like, hey.
Oh, damn it! I've just done my alphabet. Oh,
We got him.
darn it.
Just see the cogs turning there. It's like, yeah, ka-ching.
Ian Thompson says about my one-sided cutting mat. He says, Fox, would that be a Mobius strip cutting mat? I made a Mobius strip out of a piece of paper. I did a video on it. Like, you get a piece and you fold it over that way, and you actually make a one-sided piece of paper. Blew my mind. You take a normal piece of paper and you fold it in such a way that it becomes a one-sided piece of paper.
Was it this recently or when you were 12?
No, this is like, last year.
Because that's the thing.
I know, but I didn't know it was a thing. And I'm like, because I got a pen and I drew a line and it was like, I've made a one-dimensional piece of paper. It was amazing.
But we were all 12 anyway, Chris. That's why.
Well, this is true. Yeah, I did forget that. Anders says, how am I going to survive on a Monday without a show? Well, you can always go back and watch a previous.
Yeah, you can always watch one back, mate.
Let's get a second cheeseburger.
What possible?
We've got like 100 of them built in the backlog or more than that. I don't know.
Yeah. Don't forget that this week you will also have tomorrow. I might do a live stream, and also my Falcon episode will be up tomorrow, and also Colin's ball tank will be up on Wednesday. So you've got 3 more videos from the eModels channel tomorrow and Wednesday.
Dave Cardboard says, did you ever try cutting a Mobius strip in half lengthways? It does your head in. Yes, it really does. Fox probably hasn't done that, but
no,
when you drew that line round it, cut along that line.
No, I did. I filmed drawing a line from the centre of it all the way around it, and it was like, I'm back where I started.
Yeah, do that again, but cut along that line.
That's weird. I must try that.
You've got to try that.
That.
That will blow your mind. Yeah.
Don't tell my wife it's no show. We'll just put an old one on. She won't know.
Have you broken it to Mama Fox that she's not getting a Monday factoid, Fox?
Yeah, she knows about that now.
No, Fox is just going to phone you up and get you to do one.
So, Mum, this factoid that you're after.
You have to make sure it's some real Dutch name that you've got no chance of pronouncing.
Yeah.
Just do a quick test. How is your... Can you do a... like...
Yeah, that and all.
I was watching a video today. There's a channel called Life in Jars. And it's a guy that makes little microbiomes in jars. He makes little things of creatures and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's Dutch, and he does the commentary. And he's reading out the name of some little creature, and it had the kind of Dutch at the start of it. And I just tried saying it out loud for no reason, just to myself. And it was like, oh, I did a proper Dutch rolling of my R that I've never been able to do before. And I thought my friend TK and Vincent would be so proud.
Yeah, I'd be so proud of you.
And then I tried it again a minute later. And I was like, oh, I can't do it now.
Graham M has a quick question. He says, can eModels send paints, fillers and thinners to the EU? Some probably, some possibly not. Email them and ask them. It's the only way of being sure.
Rattle cans, no. Solvents, possibly not. But some paints and things, probably. The simple thing is, if you try and place the order anyway, it may actually say this item cannot be shipped to you.
Yeah, I think with the current situation as well, things like volatile products are a bit...
Yeah. Well, make sure you register on the website with your details and address and stuff, and then it normally will try and alert you and say we can't ship this item. Or it might just not list the item at all, or you won't be able to complete your order. But if there's something specific you're after, just drop an email. Just ask them. But yeah, just try and put it in your basket. It'll tell you if you can't ship it. Or they'll let you know. But I think most stuff should be fine. But solvents, I mean, aerosols, they can't ship anywhere outside the UK because they can't go in the belly of a plane.
Yeah, that's right.
You can't take a pressurized tin and put it in the cargo bay of a plane.
Yeah.
Without exploding in sadness. So.
We've got another thing, haven't we?
Oh yes.
Yeah, there's another thing to do. Yeah.
Yes, we have. Is it on me? Locked on me.
It can be. I'll do that now.
Let me do the screen sharing first, just to make sure I got it right. Oh God.
I won't click it on you yet
then. Have I even got it open? Is it on me?
Distract them with something.
Am I screen sharing?
Well, I would assume so, because that's how they're going to find
No,
out.
it's not sharing. Hang on.
Things. Oh, you're not at the moment, but you can be in a minute.
There we are.
And we'll make sure you
am
do.
Am I screen sharing?
You are now, and it's locked on you now.
Yay! There we go. We're doing a giveaway this week. This week we are giving away the Model Collect 172nd E50 medium tank with 105mm gun. I don't know why they don't just call it a King Tiger or whatever it is. I don't remember a German World War II tank being called the E50 medium tank. I could be wrong. I don't know me tanks. Maybe it's something I'm not familiar with. Maybe it's post-war. Could be post-war. I don't know. I'll just shut up.
Know.
I'll shut up. Yes, we're giving away this little Model Collect 172 tank. Lovely little thing, good little fun weekend build. Just something to wet your palate. If you like, you say you've lost your mojo and you're in the middle of a build that's got a billion parts, and you've got some big rye field tank kit going on with a 12 trillion photo etch bits, and you've got like 17 pairs of atomic pliers to handle the tiny parts. Maybe this might just go onto this for a couple of days, get it done and built, no problem. Nice little palette cleanser.
People are putting in chat as to why the E50 is a prototype tank, says Anders. Phil Lewis says it's an unrealised development of the King Tiger. Tim Young says the E50 was a prototype only designed from very late war.
There we go then. I was like, E50 medium, what?
There's always a reason for these things.
There's a reason for these things. It's German, it's obviously correct. But and it's like the wheels on the bottom as well, like they're not like laid out like regular tank. There's gaps. And I'm like, that doesn't seem right. So that explains that. So yes, this will be a lovely little palette cleanser weekend project. Just to, if you're burnt out on something, put it to one side, pop this out, slap it together, get it painted up, make a little tiny diorama, and that'd be quite good fun to make a little tiny, get the smallest picture frame you can find and make a little tiny diorama.
Phil Lewis is saying these kits have loads of parts in them. He's got a version with a full interior and crew.
Wow. Well, I mean, this is a lovely little 13 quid. I don't think I'll have a full interior on there, but it might do. I don't know. I can't see what it says. Let's have a look on the. I forgot. I've got the. I was hoping I could zoom in a bit, but I haven't got that ever. It doesn't do that option. Photo. I can't read it. Photo etch not included, or is included? I can't tell. It's too small. Anyway, it's you're going to win it for free, so it doesn't really matter. You can't complain. So we're going to give this away. As usual, what we're going to do is we're going to ask you to wait till this show is finished, and when it has, and just it's a normal video, put a comment on the show. Don't do it in chat, but put a comment on the show. And next week we'll come along. Well, not next week, the week after. Yeah. We will come along and we will pull a random comment using the random YouTube comment picker, and that person will win this little model collect. Although, if you look at it, it says Noddle collect because they've kind of got half an M. I'll shut up. This model collect E50 medium tank will be yours. So all you need to do, put a comment on this show when it's a video, about 10 minutes after the show. And you should make your comment about tiny things. Keep it family friendly. Keep it family friendly because we might have to read the comments out. But do a comment about tiny things.
Yeah. That could be tiny things that may have fallen off scooters as well.
Yeah, like Dave.
Yeah, no name mentioned, Dave.
Apart from when you would just said Dave.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
one of them Limburg teeth.
Oh God, yeah. It's in two. Yeah. Now what we also need to do is as often as we can send him references to All I Want for Christmas Is My Two Front Teeth.
Yeah.
Anyway, so all we need to do is wait till we finish this show, put a comment on the video when it's a regular video, and we'll pull one a week after next, and they'll win this little fun weekend project, all for yourself. And I shall stop sharing, and I shall close that down, and I shall press that, and there we go, done. You can unlock it off me now.
I already have.
Yeah.
Osric 9000, because Ted's not here, I'll take the baton. Ostrich 9000 says with an H, just because Ted's not here.
Yeah.
Sprue and Glue says tiny things.
Because they're tiny.
Tim Young says laughs in 1/144th scale.
When you said tiny things, I was going to say that's not a tiny thing, that's bigger than tiny things.
Yeah. Tim Young also says, I've done a 1/44 scale tank diorama in a candle jar lid.
Oh, wow.
That's the thing that Chris, with his love of little tiny 1/44th kits, he sent me a little Sherman as well. I've got that to play with. When you get
there's a little Sherman, hang about.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's 1/144th scale.
That's a 1/44th Sherman. So, it's going to be twice the size of that.
Yeah, but it'd be bigger than that because Shermans were quite small. But if technically speaking, but yes, if you rivet counting. But yeah, if you've got these little, the good thing about these little tiny kits is you can make little adorable dioramas. You don't have to have a big A4 picture frame. You can do a little tiny thing. It's quite adorable. I can hear shouting now. Who was shouting from somewhere?
Chris is probably taking the blame for the lights again.
Okay. There's a large spider infestation downstairs, so I'm going to have to go and deal with it.
Should we end the show there then?
Yeah.
I think ending is probably a good idea because I'm being shouted at quite a lot.
Okay.
So thank you all for watching tonight.
Yep.
We'll see you soon.
Take care, everyone.
Thanks for
See you in
watching.
2
See you
weeks.
in a week. See you next week. After next.
Ta-ra.